Why does everyone in the Big Ten become Iowa?
Everything evolves to eventually become a crab.
Ryan Day wanted the crap fight.
This team has two claws and he wants to snip at you with them.
He will play like the crab if he feels threatened.
First game of the day, Missouri at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt wins 17-10. This was a ugly game. I struggled to tell the uniforms apart, which was so annoying. Like the whole game, I would like have to squint my eyes to figure out whose team was what. I don't know if you noticed that, but it drove
No,
me
I
crazy.
had a very similar problem. I'm glad you said that. I was not going to disclose that information for fear of revealing myself as a fake fan, but
No, I think we're just old, and I'm like, just fucking one team where bully like we're put flags on you or something. Like I have to be able to tell the difference between the home team and the away team. But
why am I watching in color television a black and white game
yeah, yeah,
between two teams who have the same color palette?
I know. And honestly, like both of these teams played so it was like watching a team play itself. Like I honestly thought I was Missouri and Vanderbilt so close to each other in terms of quality. That is a compliment to both Vanderbilt and Missouri. It was an ugly fucking game. I you if you're a Missouri fan, like you have to feel like you left 10 points on the board, right?
Yes, for sure.
I mean, goal line stand and like there's a field goal in there somewhere, right? And then the Hail
Yeah,
Mary, which
dude. I mean, I can't believe he caught that ball, but
you have to throw it in the end zone though. He threw it
yeah.
1 yard short of the end zone, and that was the difference. I don't know. How do you feel about Vandy after a win like this? Because they didn't really play that well and won.
Yeah, no, I think that that's a it's a mark of quality when this happens like once or twice. Like you go out, you prove that in a game that is shitty and there are five punts in the first quarter that you can go out and you can win the crab ball mud bowl shitty game. If you do this every week, like 2014 Florida State, I don't believe in you. If you do this once or twice in a season, you know, you proved you can do it. And just please don't have more games like this.
Yeah, I mean, they beat LSU. They've beaten Missouri now. They played tough with Bama. How good is this Vanderbilt team? How far can this Vanderbilt team go at this point? Like that's what I'm curious about. Um, I should have looked this up before, but what is Vanderbilt's remaining schedule? There's not that
They've
much time left in the season, man.
yeah, they've got Texas next, then Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee.
That is hard. That is a hard
Yeah.
schedule.
So
Um,
they go to Texas. I mean, that's a test. Texas is not as good as we thought they were, but they're still another pretty good team. And I think Texas is kind of similar to Missouri to me, where it's like
mhm.
they're just like a standard good team. They're not, a championship contender or anything. I think how far can Vanderbilt go? I really want to see them in Atlanta. It's probably unlikely because they don't have the like they need Bama to lose twice because of the tiebreaker. Ole Miss only has one loss as well. Uh, A&M's
Georgia.
undefeated. Like there's just a lot of teams that have one loss in the SEC right now. So I mean, yeah, Jesus. There are two teams undefeated in conference, and then there are four teams with one loss in conference. Now, Vanderbilt can take care of Texas, but they need help for the other five teams in this
Yeah,
cluster.
I'm curious if they win, if they just drop one more game and go 10-2, if they and don't make it to Atlanta, if they have a playoff shot. Because I think there would be an argument. I don't know if they have the brand name to get over the hump, but
I
maybe.
I think I think 10-2 Vandy's in probably. Now it'd be pretty cool if they just silence the haters and win out and whether they go to Atlanta or not, because like I said, they need help. 11-1 Vandy for sure, and I think 10-2 Vandy is in too. I mean, it's not like they've played nobody, and I mean they're just winning games. It's great.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of a bizarro football year. Like Vanderbilt's really good, Indiana's really good. Like it's age of NIL or something. I don't know what to take away from it. On the flip side, if you're Missouri, I would feel pretty bad right now. I feel like the Alabama game, definitely, I feel like you let that get away from you. This game also kind of slipped away from you. Prbula dislocates his ankle in the game. Now they popped it back in. They said there's no breaks.
Okay,
So I don't know what that means for recovery. But Prbula presumably is not going to play for at least a week or two.
I would
So
think so.
yeah, I'm going to be honest, not to be a jerk, but is that an upgrade for Missouri? Like, I don't know who the backup is really, but their quarterback play has been just so up and down this season.
Yeah, I mean Matt Zollers, he doesn't have the legs that Prbula has. And I mean, something to note is this is Missouri's third string quarterback. Their backup got hurt out for the season, like early in the season, or maybe in camp.
Right.
So I don't think I would say it's an upgrade, but I mean, we'll see how Zollers does over the next however long he has to play.
I know, and I feel like Missouri has really like taken a lot of steps in the last 2 years where like I now take them as like a pretty good football team that's like very solid. Like I think they play Texas A&M. I really think they have a puncher's chance against a team like that, but
Yeah.
it just seems like in the big games right now, they just can't get out of their own way. And I don't know if that's a fixable problem. Like I'm not sure if that's coaching exactly or if that's talent, but I lean coaching because they were playing Vanderbilt. Like, there's no way that you have less talent than Vanderbilt. Like, I refuse to believe that's true.
Yeah. Um, I I'm not gonna I guess you could say it's coaching, but it's for me, it's not a serious issue like where I'm saying Drinkwitz can't coach. You've got to do something about it. I think it's just like Vanderbilt is a very well coached football team, and Missouri is just like you can just be a well coached team, and that marginal difference is gonna, in a close game like this, that can be the difference without it being like a serious problem for them, if that makes sense.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, fucking Drinkowitz has been way better than I ever thought. I was like
Yeah.
fully on board with like this guy fucking sucks for a while. Like they're gonna have
Yeah.
to fire this guy, and he has been way better than anything I could have imagined. They just need to finish fucking construction in their stadium so it doesn't suck so bad, and I think they'll be able to recruit even
Dude.
better. Like,
Yeah. Whatever 2 weeks ago when Missouri had a big game at home. I think it was the Alabama game.
yeah.
Every single time they showed that end zone, I just laughed. It's like it looks so crusty, man.
It's such an eyesore. I want to say, does Vanderbilt still have their construction? They also do, right? Or are they finished?
No, they finished, yeah. But
Okay, yeah.
nothing will ever beat having your jumbotron hanging from two cranes.
Yeah, yeah. When you beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, that was all I had. It was just like such a painful loss. I kind of feel bad for Missouri fans because they're like a secretly tortured fan base in terms of like how they lose games.
Yes.
But that was everything I had. Was there anything else?
Uh no, I believe in Vanderbilt. They're a good football team.
Awesome. Next game was Ole Miss at Oklahoma. Ole Miss won 34 to 26, and I feel like the score doesn't really reflect the margin in this game. I'm gonna be the first person to admit I thought John Mateer was good, and he is not good. And I was wrong, and I fell for his white boy swagger. I thought that he was really going to be like the next Baker Mayfield, and he's definitely not going to be the next Baker Mayfield. He is not going to the draft. He is coming back next year, Oklahoma fans. He's not that
Does
bad, but yeah.
yeah. I wonder if he has eligibility because I know he's bounced around. I think even before being at Wazoo, he was somewhere else. I don't know. But yeah, I think that if you're an Oklahoma fan, you can't do the hand injury cope anymore. He's been back for what, 3 weeks now?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's just not living up to the hype. which is fine, I guess.
I mean, admittedly, the rain, it was like a raining game, which did
Mhm.
seem to influence things slightly. I don't know though. It's just like Oklahoma. I'm surprised they put up 26 points, frankly, because like their offense was not like efficient in my
Yeah.
opinion. And on the flip side, I'm surprised Ole Miss only put up 34 points. Like they kind of played with their food this game. And they did some quarterback nonsense where they like took out Chambliss and then put him back in. Like I don't know why, because Chambliss has played pretty universally well, but I'm
Yeah.
surprised. Honestly, if Ole Miss just doesn't drop that game last week against UGA, like they could be a top five team. Like they're really good. And their defense is so much better than I expected them to be, especially because it's a Lane Kiffin team.
Yeah.
Um they just play with their food a little bit is how I describe it.
Yeah. It is weird to me that this Ole Miss team as a whole is better than they were last year with all the whole talk last year was about how they're going all in, like they want to maximize the last year of NFL quarterback Jackson Dart, like and and they just they drop games that I'm not going to say they shouldn't have because like they weren't winning those games when they lost.
Yeah.
But like they just were. I think last year they were exactly what their record was. They were a 9-3 team, and then I thought that they would fall off this year. I didn't think they would be able to.
Everybody did,
Yeah,
frankly. Um I attribute a lot of this to Lane Kiffin becoming a better football coach because like I think I wrote in the notes, but like I feel like I've learned to respect Lane Kiffin a lot more. Like he has improved a lot, and I could tell in this game. I want to say it was before half. I want to say it was before half. They basically just are on the Oklahoma 5, 6 yard line, get stopped, and I feel like old Lane Kiffin would have gone for it on fourth down, and he just sent the field goal unit out there, and I was like, those were the things that always held him back, and I feel like he's kind of matured as a coach where he doesn't make those same mistakes, and I think that's gotten them a game just about on the margin essentially because they played a few close games this year.
yeah,
I think I definitely think Ole Miss is a playoff team. Their schedule is pretty soft going ahead, right?
yeah,
I want to say they have obviously they have Mississippi State. Do you have it up?
yeah. They've got South Carolina, the Citadel, Florida, and Mississippi State.
Yeah, dude. Like they can
Yeah,
actually walk this schedule. They're probably in the playoffs. On the flip side, Oklahoma might lose out. Like their schedule is not easy ahead, right? They still have. Let's pull this up. What is this? What is this Oklahoma football schedule?
dude. Tennessee, Bama, Missouri, LSU.
Yeah, they might be LSU, but all losses, like
Yeah,
essentially. If you're Oklahoma, are you like at the point where you're willing to fire Brent Venables?
I think. I think that if they lose out, then I'll call it a coin flip on whether he stays for next year. I think they they've got the thing going where they really want it to work because native son played for the program, all that shit. But yeah, yeah, it could get real dicey for them. I mean, to start 6-1 and finish 6-6 would be brutal.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing is like on paper, Oklahoma looks better than they are, essentially, and I want to say he did get a good offensive coordinator. Like
Yeah,
I think the offensive coordinator hire was right, and I think that's for the better. The problem is their defense. Everyone keeps telling me their defense is really good, and I did buy it for like a few weeks, but I no longer believe that. Like at a certain point, your defense for a defensive coach, their defense isn't that good. Like they lit up Michigan, but I
yeah.
don't think that's that big of a deal anymore.
Yeah, I think that the bigger problem for them is the offense for like it seems like they really need John Mateer to look like he did in the first 3 weeks of the season or whatever.
Yeah, but do you think if they just ran it back with his new offense next year, like there's upside? Because I kind of do. I just think I would fire Brett Venables and keep the OC. Like that's what I feel like they should do, but whether they can pull that off is entirely different.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not 100% there yet on Venables needs to be gone. Get back to me in like 2 weeks and I might change my mind.
Sure. I like in a vacuum, it's not like the worst situation, but like you're Oklahoma. Like there is like a
That's true.
standard, like even if we don't think of them that way, but like they think of themselves as like we are royalty. We are
Yeah.
college football royalty, and we expect to win 10 games, like as a
Yeah.
standard.
That you're right about that. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you'll convert me, but we
Yeah. Anyway, that's fine. Anything else on this game?
no.
All right. Perfect. Next game was BYU at Iowa State. BYU won 41 to 27. This was a depressing ass game, man. Like I was like I wasn't sure why I was so sad, but I was like really sad. I was like I'm just like out. I think I'm gonna I'll let you go first, but like I have some thoughts about like some doomer thoughts essentially.
Well, I turned this game on like when it was tied at 27 uh and I was like, "Oh man, we've got a real like close game, fun game. It's we're in the mid 20s in the third quarter. This could be a fun one." And then almost immediately when I turned it on, Iowa State muffs a punt and throws a pick six.
I know. This was
Like
just
just it was
so
so
bad.
fast that it got away from Iowa State. Like that sucks.
And you missed the beginning. So the first three drives we come out and score all three drives. I will say one of those drives, I think if my memory serves me correctly, it ends up being a field goal. And
Yes.
then we also throw an interception on the fourth drive. But we're moving the ball exceptionally well. And we're running the ball well. We're working the tight end game, which is like definitely our thing. But it just it doesn't even feel like we made that many mistakes. It's just every mistake we made was by far like the worst mistake you could have possibly made in that exact moment. And at a certain point, like you're just not a winning, like you don't just you're just like not a team that wins games that are hard, like at a certain point. That's how I felt compared to BYU, where it's like a lot of teams would have just folded being down by so much multiple times on the road, but they just kept playing.
Yeah.
I think this might not statistically be true, but I feel like this might have been the worst game of Rocco Beck's career. Like I said, statistically he might have a worse game, but I just felt like every time we needed him to make a positive play, he just made like the worst play possible. Um,
Yeah. And you're right about that it won't necessarily reflect in statistics, but timing of picks is it's
it's
so
everything,
important.
man.
I
It's
mean,
everything. I feel like I'm just out on this team now officially. Like I could stomach losing to Cincinnati. I could stomach losing to Colorado. Those are both road games. I thought home Iowa State, like if we could just win at home, I would feel so much better. But now I'm just like, okay, this is probably a 7-win team, or a 7, 8 win team. That's still great, but I kind of came in with this perspective of this season, which was last year was like a very loaded roster, made a Big 12 title run. So I knew this year would be a reloading year. But so and I kind of felt like it was important that this year be good because if your reloading year kind of sets the floor for the program. So I wanted it to be like a 9-win floor. And it seems like it's going to be a 6 or 7 win floor, which is
yeah.
still, good, but
In
yeah,
the long breadth of history for Iowa State football, a 6-7 win floor is not
is incredible. I
that
mean,
is an improvement.
I could not imagine saying this to people who were there for like the 1, 2 win seasons with Paul Rhodes.
Yeah.
I'm definitely spoiled, but like, yeah, this season I think I'm gonna just I'm officially closing the book. I'm not gonna be mad at this team if they lose anymore. I'm just going to like be at peace. On the flip side, we should talk about BYU.
Yeah.
They're undefeated and no one has talked about them.
No one. And their stupid converted fullback quarterback who wears a bad number came out and outdueled Rocco Becht. I mean, I I did not think that this kid had a 300-yard passing performance in his
Hmm.
in his bag of tricks, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, I think I you have to say like BYU has gotten absolutely no fanfare for
Yeah.
being an undefeated team in the Big 12. I think even Texas Tech has gotten more credibility. Um, but
I,
B
I think I
Mhm.
think we still think of them as like a G5 level independent. It hasn't like fully clicked that they are in a power conference yet, and they're playing like they belong. I mean, it's a point I made last week, and I'm gonna just do it again because it's still true. Like the team the team composition that they've built is like it's to the point where your trenches are good, your defense is good. You can plug in a quarterback who's not that great and win. And then when he has a an awesome game like this, like it just kind of all comes together for them.
Yeah, and they played through injuries too. They lost like a few players. They're just really well coached. Honestly, I just think this was like such a difference in coaching as a game. I like Matt
Mhm.
Campbell. I know he's done a good job objectively, and like he gets put in a lot of like coaching searches, but I feel like he's gonna leave eventually, personally. I also think wherever he goes will be like disappointed because he's exactly like the type of person who like I don't think he's the best in-game coach, and that like would piss off certain depending on the expectations of the fan base, will really piss them off.
It's like his coaching stock for getting other gigs, it comes in waves that is never lined up with like an opening that's a significant improvement over Iowa State. Like every really good year he has at Iowa State, it's like no other big gigs open. And then when big jobs open, has like the 7-5, 6-6 year where it's like this is not going to excite the fan base of
Right.
whatever team he goes to. They're gonna be like, you just hired this guy who went 6-6,
Yeah, exactly. It's
which
like
is good for Iowa State, I guess. I mean,
it is. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm grateful for everything he did. I'm also just like more. I just want to see something new personally. Like because like how many times am I gonna watch this team lose a game for special teams? Like come on, this happens every year at least for one or two games where our special teams just totally cost us. Like how many times am I gonna see like fucking around in the red zone essentially? Like it is like watching a movie that you've seen before. Even the really good years where we go to the Big 12 title, you just know we're gonna lose by 100 in the Big 12 title game. Like we never like anyway, I shouldn't be so negative. We talk about BYU. BYU really good. They absolutely can make the playoff.
yeah.
I think there's a chance, maybe I'm being naive, that the Big 12 gets two teams into the playoff because they have like three contenders. I want to Texas Tech, Cincinnati, and BYU, right? Like
Mhm.
who am I missing anybody? Maybe
I mean,
Houston.
Houston's also 7-1. I mean, holy shit, they smoked Arizona State.
Yeah. Yeah. I am I being naive in saying that maybe they could get two in? Or is it's
I
just like they're only gonna let one team in there?
I think it's definitely possible. I mean, if you I think it's gonna have to end up being a thing where you have BYU stay undefeated, win the Big 12, and then uh a team that doesn't make the Big 12 championship finishes 11-1. Like it would have to be that sort of situation, I think.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if it's BYU Texas Tech in the final game or in the championship game, does the loser of that game get knocked out? I guess you're probably true.
Yeah.
Except we don't punish teams for being in the conference title game or whatever. That's whatever they say. Anyway, anything else on that game?
Uh, no, but do we need to read our prepared
Oh,
statement
we
from
do.
our
We do. Okay, good point. Yes. So our super fan Josh, who was actually at the game, our third member of the pod, he wrote a very formalized statement. So let me just start this. It's
and
titled regarding the sorry, go.
before we do this, the reason Josh is not with us is because he was screaming so much at this game that he lost his voice.
Yes, yeah, he was at the game.
I think that's an important point to be made.
Yes. So it's titled regarding the Iowa State versus BYU game. In 2018, Bill Snyder coached his final game for the Kansas State Wildcats. After blowing an 18-point second half lead, Coach Snyder was quoted afterwards saying, "I'm still thinking about it. I haven't really lost a game like that before." As I watched the BYU fans congregate on the sidelines, as players came to high five them on both sides of the stadium, I felt the exact same way. Iowa State is a solid team with injuries, with coaching, with experience. They're a talented group that does a lot right, but they just don't have it this year. Having it means winning every game you lead at halftime. Having it means pouncing on your opponent's mistakes. Having it means it doesn't matter if a team is a little better than you find a way. Having it means when you can run the ball that well, the rest of the game is a formality. And it's sad to say, because it's really seemed like they did, gutting out the beginning of the season like they did. Bear Backmeyer got more and more comfortable as the game went on. When a guy was wide open, he hit him. Rocco Beck did not. Chase Roberts made tough catches with tight coverage. Iowa State did not. BYU made mistakes in the first half, but none of which kept points off the board. Iowa State made most of their mistakes in the red zone in the second half. BYU grinded out another win after their high energy knockdown dragout fight with Utah on the road and didn't let the mistakes shake their confidence. That's what winners do, and the world is their oyster. This is a playoff team, underrated, still healthy, with a pleasant fan base that travels really well, and has a head coach that's tenured, but still has a few tricks up his sleeves in Kalani Sitake. I've seen good teams up close before, and they pass the eye test. Next week is on the road at Texas Tech, then TCU, and then after that is Cincy, who hasn't lost a conference game either. Emphasis on being on the damn couch. And you're gonna see on screen a nice photo that he added to the notes. That is him that I will be adding in the edit. So yes, he was at the game and he lost his voice, and he's probably more depressed than even I am because I'm pretty. I don't know why this game just really took the life out of me. I just like they just really blew a totally winnable game. But anyway, that is our official statement from our official Iowa State fan. On to topics. Alabama and Texas both survive. I wanted to talk about first this Alabama game. They played out south at South Carolina. I just feel like this is like a sign from God. Like it's time to move on from Shane Beamer, and it's nothing. This game was everything that was the Shane Beamer tenure. Is I feel like it's like you had him at home, you caught the right breaks, you have the ball, it's tie game. 2 minutes left. I want to say what, 2 minutes left, maybe a minute
Yep.
45 left, and you just fumble the ball immediately, and the Alabama just does what Alabama does and wins the game. Like totally blown game. I think it's just time probably to move on. This is what it's going to be like for you guys every time you have a real team in your sights.
Yeah. At this game for me, it ended when South Carolina was on their last drive before they had fumbled, when the game was tied with, 2 minutes left. Coming back from the 2-minute warning, the cameras show the students filing to the front of the student
Oh my
section of
God.
a tie game against Alabama. I have seen this happen so many times. The minute you do that when the game is not iced out, you are going to lose. Like,
I know. It was such bad
you
juju,
cannot
man.
count your Gamecocks before they hatch. It's God.
Yeah, and it was really funny because on the broadcast, after they fumble the ball and all the students are pushed forward, they do the classic cameraman like cut to some really hot girl who's completely shocked that this has happened. Like, like I felt so bad for those fans. They really thought they had Alabama, and
Yeah.
I want to talk about Alabama for a second. Does this change anything about how we feel about Alabama? Because by all rights, their offense played like shit. Okay, if South Carolina doesn't turn the ball over and give hand Alabama 7 points, right, and then
Yeah.
fumble the ball at the end of the game, Alabama probably loses this game. They
Yeah.
they played worse than they have other weeks.
Yeah. I mean, they were in decent position to go and like make something happen here, right? Like they had 2 minutes, they had I think two timeouts and a drive to just get in field goal range, and the timing probably would have worked out that it would have been a time expiring field goal if you could push the ball to like the 30-yard line or whatever. And then you just What
Why
a
are they?
backbreaker of a fumble.
Can I say it was a bad call? Why are you running Lenore? I mean, I know it's Lenore Sellers, but it's also 2 minute. Why
Yeah,
are
it's
you running the ball there?
a,
Like,
a QB draw up the middle. Like,
I know, dude.
yeah,
It was a bad call. It was a bad call. And I want to say also, for the record, that wasn't the whole game because right after that, they actually do manage. Alabama runs the ball in, right? So they do get the ball back with
yeah,
like I want to say 45 seconds and proceed to have the dumbest, worst time management I've ever. This is why I'm saying like Shane Beamer, guys,
dude,
you got to move on. Like Alabama kicks it short, and for fucking
that
some
was so
reason,
bad.
their stupid ass returner returns the ball, burns time, which is actually more important than the field position, but burns time, and they get the ball at like the 10-yard line. And then the first play is like a stupid dump off pass to their tight end, who does not even attempt to get out of
Yeah,
bounds. And
yeah,
I'm just like, what is Shane Beamer telling them in the fucking locker room, like, or not
yeah,
locker room, on the sidelines, like,
yeah.
guys.
Which I mean, it's the whole point of Beamer Ball is that you're supposed to be good at special teams. That was what Frank Beamer did at Virginia Tech that got them so good. Like I was livid at that kick return, man. Like
Oh my God, I
it
was
was gonna
so mad.
roll, it was gonna obviously roll into the end zone. And
I
God,
was really pissed. Yeah, I was genuinely pissed. I posted on our Reddit account as soon as that. I was so mad, and I want to acknowledge, like, yeah, okay, they probably weren't going to go the entire length of the field in 40 seconds and score a
probably
touchdown.
not.
But Jesus Christ, what are you telling these people? What are you telling your team? Like, yes, I think it's time to move on from Shane Beamer. I don't want to say he failed because I would say he performed exactly as the average South Carolina coach has. Like, barring Steve Spurrier, was exactly what you have gotten out of that program, like anyway. But
Do you do you think do you think Shane will make it easy for him and just leave for Virginia Tech at the end of the year?
no, I don't think he'll leave voluntarily. I don't think he's leaving the SEC unless someone forced him to. But I think he should go to Virginia Tech. I think he'd be very good at Virginia Tech for what they want. They did win, so I don't know, but Um, yeah. Anyway, yeah. South Carolina. It's like a movie I've seen before. Lenore Sellers, very good. They got the run game this game, which was something they hadn't been able to consistently get. Their offensive line played well. Their defense was getting pressure the whole day. I want to say this was probably the worst I've seen the Bama offense. Like they were basically shut out in the first half, barring like a pick six. So
Hmm.
I'll say Bama got away with one. This was a really important game for Alabama to get away with because, frankly, the way that the top of the SEC looks right now, if anybody drops even one game, that might knock you out of the title. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was all I had. I was just like, man, I was so angry. Missouri and South Carolina just couldn't fucking close the deal on this Bama team. Like, who is good, but
They're
anyway,
good,
anyway,
but they're gettable, and no one's getting
yeah.
them.
I know. But anyway, they're probably the best team in the SEC objectively, but they should have lost this game.
Yeah.
Next game was the Texas game. They won in overtime against Mississippi State. They were down 17 fucking points in the fourth quarter and won. I was so mad because I was like, finally, we can just stop. We can knock out one of these fucking teams from the conference race. I want to say I've been very hard on this Texas team. They played overtime against Kentucky last week. They played overtime against Mississippi State. That is pathetic. But also, you did win. I will say winning
They
is
did
winning,
win.
okay? Winning is winning. I will give it to you. Winning is winning games. I'm not sure if Arch Manning is going to be out. I think it was a little inconclusive. It looked like a concussion if I had to guess. But
Mhm.
I'm going to rant. You go. Sorry. Just
Okay.
this game pissed me off.
I will give props to Matthew Caldwell. The that like fade ball that he threw was
Clean.
excellent. Hey, Auburn High zone, Matthew Caldwell. Never even considered Auburn. Sick. I love it. Um, but yeah, I like you said they won. That's great. But this is two like two disgusting overtime games you've played. This is kind of like what I'm saying about Vanderbilt, right? Like if you make a habit of playing this type of game against bad teams, then I don't trust you, even if you win. If like Vandy, you do this a couple times against a good team, it's like, okay, cool, you proved yourself. Let's keep it rolling.
Mhm.
I can't believe that this Texas team is technically still in the SEC race.
Yeah, I know. And we look also, sorry, on the fade route that I remember the Matthew Caldwell fade route. I just want to say, why did you he lofted it like insane. He was wide open. You could just throw it directly to him.
Hey,
Like he was wide open. I have no idea why he threw like a rainbow.
only one man could have made that catch, and he did.
Yeah, like
He
listen,
did not put the ball in danger.
it was a touchdown, but I was like, also you could have just thrown it directly to him, but
Nah.
it's fine. It's fine. Texas won. Mississippi State, I don't know. Do you just not know how to run time off? Like literally, they're still going tempo when they're up 17 points. Just wait. They're like snapping the ball with like 20 seconds on the play clock. Just wait. Just
Yeah.
burn the fucking time. And I'm not sure if they were scared that if they didn't run tempo, their offense would be significantly less effective because like that's probably a reality. But they blew this game so hard. I knew the
Yeah.
second that Texas scored a touchdown and then got the three and out that they were going to win the game. Like it was like basically a conclusion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is a pretty impressive punt return touchdown, I will say, for Texas.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And then also like I don't know how to feel about Texas offensively. First of all, defensively, like that was maybe not your best day, but offensively, it's weird. Like they can't run the ball. This is not a good Mississippi State defensive line. They ran the ball what? I think 20 plus times for around 60 yards.
32 for 72, and
Okay.
that's not sack adjusted. So probably like pure actual run play is probably 28, 29.
Yeah. They can't run the ball. This is a huge issue. Um, and then now they don't have Arch Manning, who, by the way, has been playing well. Like he actually played pretty good.
Yeah,
Um, and I've been a big hater of him, but I don't know. I don't know how this affects their outlook of the rest of their season if Arch can't play at least like a game or two. So we'll see.
we'll see.
Yeah. Next little topic we had Auburn won.
Technically, yes.
John, would you like to? This is like one of the few times I've seen a team win and then both fan bases were like, fire our fucking head coach, please. Like that was disgusting.
Okay, I'll start with Arkansas real quick just because I can get it out of the way. If you're Bobby Petrino, like you had to probably out of your 7 game interim stint, you probably had to win 3, maybe 2, depending on the two. And this is one that you could have circled as a team that is reeling on the other side, that has lost 4 straight. And you can, if you can beat Auburn at home, then you can, if you're Bobby Petrino, you can make somewhat of an argument that you should be allowed back into the full-time gig. But you just didn't do it, so that sucks for you, buddy. Auburn, holy shit, the offense is bad, man. Like we scored 33 points off of one offensive touchdown. Like you got 6 points from your offense, kicked 6 field goals, which you can't, to me, that does not count as like offensive effectiveness on field goals because yeah, technically the offense got you to a position where you could kick one, but a field goal is a failed offensive drive. Your job is to go out and score touchdowns, and if you're settling for field goals, that's problematic. The reason that Auburn won this game is because once again our defense is awesome. Uh we got 4 straight Arkansas turnovers in the fourth quarter. Like
So bad,
that's
dude. This
that's
game
the margin right
was
there. Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, pick six, fumble recovery, 2 other picks, just all back to back to back. And I mean, you also just kicked a bunch of field goals off of those turnovers. Like it's
Yeah,
not
I
like you
know.
could do
This
anything.
this defense has it's weird. This Auburn team is really weird. This defense has like probably a few NFL players on it, like
Hmm.
net. Also, the offense also probably like has a few NFL players like Coleman. Coleman's probably going to make the
Yeah.
NFL. I can't explain. Is it really just quarterback play? Like, is that literally the
No,
only thing holding back this team?
no, it's not.
Really?
Uh,
So you don't think if you got like a good QB, it would? It's you still think that the offense would sputter?
Yes, yes. We don't like this game was a little bit different because we actually did make an effort to run the ball. Our lead back had 30 carries for 150. So like we actually were trying to run the ball, which is great. I mean, I think part of that has to do with the fact that Jackson Arnold got benched after throwing a real humdinger of a pick six at the end of the first half.
I can't believe that this was the game that they were like,
I
all
can't
right.
either.
It
I
took so long.
but I mean we brought in Ashton Daniels to play the Stanford transfer and yeah, he finishes 6 of 8 for 70 some yards. All of that was one 50-yard pass. So like we bench Jackson Arnold and bring in the backup, and then we basically take the ball out of the quarterback's hands at that point and say, all right, Jeremiah Cobb, you're going to run the ball 25 more times before this game ends, which I will give you a slight amount of credit here. It feels disgusting to say. In through the 4 game losing streak, we did not try to run the ball the way we should have. It was like we'd get stuffed one time and be like, all right, abandon that. We need to let our bad quarterback throw a bunch of passes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool to win. Uh I'm not in favor of the fans who will like cheer for their team to lose so that they can more easily fire their coach. I don't like doing that.
That's surprising, really.
I no, I want the team to win. That's great. I just think that this type of win, we probably do not send Hugh on his merry way today. But like if this game had been like a 17-14 win on a walk-off field goal type thing, maybe you do the Mississippi State technique where you fire a guy after barely beating a bad team. But I mean, the upcoming schedule for Auburn is Kentucky and Vanderbilt and then a bye week. So like you can probably beat Kentucky maybe and then you
It's gonna
probably
be
get smoked in
disgusting.
Nashville and then it's a bye week. It's a perfect time to just do it right there. I think if you were trying to bet on a timing for Hugh to be fired, if he loses this game against Arkansas, then it would have happened today. But I don't think it is.
I, I kind of feel like there's some other factors about who's available like on the coaching market that would affect it. Here's my thing though. This Auburn team like they're better than Kentucky. I think so.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
better than Kentucky, right? Vanderbilt, like they could beat Vanderbilt on like a talent basis, but like Vanderbilt is like a fundamentally better football team, but
Yeah.
also like Auburn could beat them. Auburn almost beat Georgia. Like Auburn can beat good teams. That's the problem with this stint is like they play up and down to anyone they're playing and lose every
Yes.
time. Like which
That's
is
the
worse.
important that's the important piece right there.
Yeah, and lose. So I don't know. I'm just gonna say also Hugh Freeze, like I've been watching him for a long time. Like back when he coached Ole Miss, and he just looks so tired. Like I don't know, he looks exhausted as like a
Yeah.
human. Like I'm like, dude, just retire. Like this cannot be worth whatever it's doing to your soul. Like
Yeah.
to coach right now. That's all I have to say. Auburn, I guess you win, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think they let him go after the end of this year. If he beats Alabama, like that would be the you say you want them to win, but if they beat Alabama and they extend him or something,
Well, yeah, that's the problem is I know how I know how our boosters operate. I know how our athletic department operates. Beating Bama is great. The problem is if this dude beats Bama, they're gonna be like, give this guy a 7 year, $80 million extension right now.
yeah,
Like
no contract buyout. We have to pay it out through 2047. Like, yeah, yeah. All right. Well, anyway, anything else on that game?
no, other than that, I am officially done going to Auburn games this year. Like this team sucks to watch, and I don't like I don't like burning my entire Saturday to go watch a bad football team play.
That is a totally fair thing. You should still go to the Iron Bowl is at Bama this year, right?
No, it's in Auburn,
Oh,
but
yeah. Oh,
it's
still no.
no, it's if I could get in that game for like 50 to $100, great, but it's gonna be like a $500 get in price. I'm not doing that.
That's fair. That's fair. Next topic I had, Texas A&M is real. So for context, I live in Texas, and I have a lot of coworkers who are who are Texas A&M alum and fans, which is like a first. I've never interacted with their fan base really, and so like this whole year, and like this is the most condescending Georgia fan thing ever. But they've been like really happy and like really hyping up their team every week, and I've been smiling and being like, I'm happy for you, like. I'm not scared of you at all. I don't take you seriously until this week. Like this was the first week where I saw them and I'm like, holy shit, this is like a really good football team. They played at LSU. A lot of things went wrong for them. They threw a few picks. They had a punt blocked. They weren't up by that much at halftime, considering how well they had played. But just holy shit. And their offense, which I had kind of taken as the Marcel Reed show, which like it still kind of is. I gained a lot of respect for like the play calling. They called a really good game. They've just got really good receivers. They blocked LSU's front, which is not an easy front to block. Like I'm kind of scared of them. I think they're really good. I think they're really good, and they only have one more game on the schedule that I think they could lose, which is Missouri, which I wouldn't put it past them to lose, but they're good. They're really good.
Yeah. A&M is good. They are undefeated and in a driver's seat to go to the SEC championship. We've got to talk about the LSU of it, man. What an
Yes.
implosion in the second half.
It,
35 unanswered points. You can't win a game when you do that.
yeah, and we have to talk about. It just feels like their defense. Well, their team is really undisciplined, but their defense. Brian Kelly was brought in as like a defensive oriented disciplinarian type head coach. And it just seems like their defense is not that disciplined, like across
Yeah.
the board. I watch Harold Perkins, who I want to say 2 years ago was like, or 3 years ago, was labeled to be like an absolute stud.
Yeah.
And he just hasn't got, as a freshman, and hasn't gotten really any better.
Yeah.
He's still just as physically gifted as he ever was, and doesn't seem to play his assignments properly ever. Like it's gotten to the point where they no longer want to even put him in coverage because he's just too stupid to even do it. So it's like,
Yeah.
all right, just rush the quarterback every single time. They put him as a spy on the goal line, and he just doesn't even do his assignment. Marcel Reed just walks in the end. So like,
Yeah.
it's just like they just miss assignments. They're just not disciplined.
Yeah. No, that's a very good description of this LSU team. It's I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know how you our glorious media institution continues to have them ranked.
Well, they're not going to be ranked
They're
ever
not
this
going
week
to
for
be
sure.
anymore, but
They gaslit us for a long time this season.
yeah.
This is what, week 9? Yeah, like holy shit. Um, Also, offensively, what happened? Like Nussmeier a few years ago, as the backup to Jaden Daniels, was like this gunslinging. He threw 4 touchdowns and 3 picks in a game, like just gunner. To now, like is the most conservative quarterback ever. They kind of can run the ball. It doesn't seem like their running game is that bad. It just like I just feel like this is just a coaching malpractice. Like I want to say what it's fourth down on the in the A&M within the A&M 30. They call timeout before this fourth down, and the play they draw up is to throw like this stupid like 4 yards short of the goal of the first down throw, and then after not getting it, obviously, like Brian Kelly's like yelling at his offensive coordinator. I'm like,
Yeah.
you didn't know what his play call was like before the fourth down? Like he was literally like, why did you call that? I'm like,
Yeah.
why didn't you know what he called? You called timeout.
Yeah.
Like
Like
that's what you're supposed to talk about. Like
yeah, it's that's crazy. I mean, Brian Kelly looked so defeated, like towards the end of the game after the headset conversation that looked very polite, a lot of nice words being thrown around.
I didn't watch the post game, but I really should have because I like to see him just like rage at the media. It's like this is the SEC. This is the hardest shit ever. Like you've no idea how hard this is. Like I get it. I get it. You're also LSU, man.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, yeah, I think
So
it's time
are
to move on, man.
yeah, yeah, I think so. I mean, how long has it been? 4 years, and they went to the championship in year one, and they've been pretty middling since then. I mean,
Yeah, and when they went, they were a three-loss team.
yeah, and yeah,
So like it wasn't like a great. It's basically been flat. They've been the exact level across the board, and they lose
yeah,
games that are close. They just get their ass kicked in this game.
right.
Anyway, yeah, it's
And
it's time.
yeah, it's time. And it is also like, I mean, LSU is one of the fan bases where when you have a quarterback win a Heisman and you don't go to the championship game, you don't go into the playoff, you don't really do anything of note besides win a Heisman, that is a wasted year.
Dude,
And
yeah.
I mean, I know that's a 2-year-old conversation at this point, but it's like, it's just, I think that's another thing that adds to the temperature of old BK is you you've been pretty bad relative to your expectations for the last 3 years. You wasted an awesome quarterback year. You're you're not getting the most out of Nussmeier, who he's got the NFL prototypical build, man. He's gonna be great.
I like Nussmeier too. I think like it's just like he's gotten worse like under
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah,
It's probably time. It's like a $50 million buyout or something, but they should just do it, pull the plug.
yeah. LSU, go get Lane Kiffin. Like honestly, why not? Like,
Yeah.
like a slam dunk. And speaking of coaching hires, I had who should Auburn hire? Who do you want Auburn to hire?
Uh I could take there's a lot of people I would take, so in no particular order. Brent Key would be awesome. I know he's probably like lifer at Tech. I think he went to Tech.
Yeah, he played
But
at Tech, so it'd be
but
hard.
he's got, I mean, I the things I'm looking for are like teams that are well coached and like yeah, duh, John, of course. If you're looking for a head coach, just hire a good coach. But like teams that play disciplined football, I don't care if you're offensive mind or defensive mind. I don't want a play calling head coach necessarily. But yeah, so Brent Key at Georgia Tech would be great. I don't think that is likely. I would take Syracuse's head coach, Fran Brown. He came out with
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um, I would take John Summerall, obviously, from Tulane. That would be great. I think it would be really funny if we could do this, but it's also unlikely in the same way as Georgia Tech. Give me Clark Lee. uh,
Yeah.
that would be nice. But he's not leaving Vanderbilt. I would take James Franklin too. I find him personally very annoying, and I would I would not be like it would be hard for me to get over my anti-James Franklin bias. But if my thing with James Franklin is I don't care as much about the big game James thing because Auburn can't win the little games. So like
Yes, exactly.
if you can get me to an 8-4, 9-3 floor as a program, then we can have the conversation after 4 years of James Franklin going 8-4. Like, but if you can just get me back to winning the games that we should win.
Right. Yeah, stabilizing hire.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I my only fear is like, Auburn wants to hire like an SEC guy. Some like Tulane,
Yeah.
like he's too small fry for them, I imagine. Like I feel like they're
Yeah.
gonna just go for the name and not necessarily like the best available coach.
More than likely. I think
Yeah.
the Summerall thing has it has Billy Napier risk to it, right? Because it's like, okay, you're a winner at the G5 level, you go to a bunch of conference championships. I think
And Harson burned them. Like they don't
Yes.
forget that, you know.
Yes. I think the thing that is different with Summerall is he's like a state of Alabama guy. And now he's done it at two places, whereas Billy had only done it at Louisiana Lafayette.
Mhm.
But I mean, I think you ideally you just give John Summerall whatever he wants and get him in here. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But like 75% of coaching hires don't work out. So like,
Yeah, why not?
yeah,
Yeah, I think a good sign for Auburn would be if it's a coach I've never heard of.
yeah,
That would be refreshing. I don't know why the internal hire has died in college football as a concept. You could also just hire someone who's on the staff.
yeah. I don't know. The likely case for that would be DJ Durkin because our defense has been so good the last 2 years. But like, he's got his
Yeah.
own. I don't even like that he's on our staff with the Maryland,
Stint
killing a
under his
player
belt.
allegedly thing.
Yeah. Anyway, and then just final note, yes or no, do you think Lane Kiffin will actually leave Ole Miss?
I think that he will not leave Ole Miss for Florida. I think I could see it happening for like an LSU or something like that. I think Lane uses Florida as extension bait, and if not that Florida's not a big job, but like if you get like a primo top five type situation, like top five program job gig, I could see him leaving Ole Miss for that. But I think he's going to be very picky about it.
I think he'll stay, and I think that's a mistake. Like I think I mean Florida is a better job, dude. Like he
Yes, yes, it
should go to
is.
Florida. If you didn't even have LSU or Auburn, Florida's a better job, dude. Like I
Yeah.
would go, but I think he's gonna stay. I get the feeling that he would rather just stay at this point. I mean, honestly, this team right now, and it's probably influenced by the fact that his team could be 11-1, and he may not want to like ruin the season by like doing that.
Yeah.
He's not Lincoln Riley, I
And
guess.
and the yes, and the timing is going to be really hard to work out this year for Florida or anyone that wants to take him because they're more than likely going to be in the playoff. So you're waiting until late December, early January, depending on how far they go. Like with the high school signing day and the portal window, like that would be you would be getting yourself into a really hard spot for like your first year of setup. Like you're
Yeah.
basically wasting that year if you get them in like after the second round of the playoff.
Yeah, yeah. I think he'll stay. I think he'll stay basically. Yeah. A lot of things don't line up, but he is the best coach on the market, in my opinion. I think he's better
Yeah,
than
I
James
think so.
Franklin.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
Next up, we had Luke Fickle. This was your. They played Oregon. Not that they lost what 7-21.
Yes. They
Yeah.
they played way better than I thought they would in this game. When I was selecting games for my quad box, I I saw this game on there like right when it kicked off, and I said to my friends who were there, I was like, "Oh, you guys want to have a, snuff film on in the corner of this quad box?" Because I thought it was going to be another just absolute evaporation of Wisconsin, but no, it was almost a 0-0 tie at halftime. But yeah, no, I mean they they played better than I thought they would. I thought they would get annihilated in this game, but you gotta just pull the plug on Fickle,
Yeah,
right,
come
man?
on,
It's
man. Like
so bad.
if losing by 14 is now good to you, like come on, you gotta move on. Wisconsin, you're not that. I mean, I know they know this, but like Wisconsin isn't like that fucking bad of a program. Like
Yeah,
they used to be in the Big Ten championship. They weren't even that bad. Like they need to. Yes, this has run its course.
yeah. I thought it
I
was a slam dunk when they hired Fickle 3 years
everybody
ago. Everybody
everybody
did,
did. Yeah.
but it's just you can't go out here and in your last in your last 5 weeks you have scored 27 total points.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, he's just gonna be a nameless analyst on Ohio State and then get another job is kind
Yeah,
of what I see.
yeah,
Um, next little topic, USF got upset by Memphis, which really sucks for the American because like they really
Loki,
needed
yeah.
USF to keep winning. Um, honestly, the American is arguably better than the ACC this year. Honestly, I've been thinking about it. I'm like, I think on average they're probably better because the
Yeah.
ACC is kind of shit. You know,
Yes.
Miami final score looked good, but they actually didn't play that well this week either. So,
Yeah. And
uh,
Virginia had to go to overtime to beat the fight in Bill Belichick's.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, it was just a quick shout out. I don't know if you caught the game, but
No, I didn't catch the game, but yeah, I now you're looking at if you're trying to like game out the G5 playoff race, probably still an American champion. I mean, you've now got a bunch of 7-1, 6-1 type teams in the American, and USF is not one of them anymore. I think ha- they could, I guess they technically could get in at 11-2 if they just went out and win their championship, but yeah, I don't know.
they have to win the title, like the
Yes,
AAC title. Um, but
they have
yeah,
no
no,
margin for error anymore.
yeah. Houston gets their first signature win, punks Arizona State right after we had said that Arizona State was good. So
Yeah, right
just
after I made a very strong point to say Arizona State's not going to have a letdown game after this. They get to stay at home. They get to play Houston, who's good, but like they'll be able to take it out. I mean, they were up 24-0. I actually thought that I thought that was a final when I was watching it. I didn't realize that Arizona scored 16 points in the fourth quarter to make it look respectable, but
yeah. Houston's also flying under the radar.
yeah.
Honestly, basically the entire Big 12 because the SEC race has just been so good this year that like no one is getting any rub besides them.
Yeah.
Like they're not even talking about the Big 10. They're literally only talking about the SEC, it feels like,
Yeah.
this year. Next topic was Kansas loses to Kansas State again, and it wasn't even close. They lost by what, like 25, 27 points or some shit.
Yeah.
17 losses in a row to Kansas State. So they are
God.
owned. They are owned by Kansas State.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then I wrote down Mississippi State doesn't know how to burn clock, but that's okay. We talked about
I think we
that.
already covered that, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next week's games we can pick them and get out of here. First game Vanderbilt at Texas. Josh picks Vanderbilt. John, who do you pick?
Give me Vandy, I believe.
I'm gonna go with Texas because they're at home.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Texas because they're home. If this was at Vanderbilt, I think they lose. Georgia, Florida. Josh picks Georgia.
I
John.
pick Georgia.
I mean, I also they don't. Yes, they're bad. Miami at SMU. Josh picks Miami. What do you think?
Uh, it's closer than I would have thought after Miami's performance, but I'll take Miami. I'm going very chalky today. Well, not
I'm
gonna
I'm
kidding.
gonna go with SMU. In a shootout. Like it's a very they're kind of built to play a team like Miami in a lot of ways, I think. Penn State at Ohio State. Josh picks Ohio State. John,
Ohio State, come on, let's be adults.
Penn State because I said a few weeks ago that I was going to pick them. Not is there any reason that Penn State should win? No, but it would be the funniest and the dumbest thing. So I'm
Let's
going
be
Penn
adults.
State. Next game, Oklahoma at Tennessee. Josh picks Oklahoma. What do you think, John?
Uh, I'm gonna go with Oklahoma too, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Tennessee, right? Come on, Oklahoma's playing like shit, and they're at Tennessee on the road. Really?
Hey, you're right. You're right about all these things, but if you can pick Penn State over Ohio State,
Sure,
I'll pick
sure, sure.
Oklahoma over Tennessee. It's a gut pick.
Cincinnati at Utah. Josh picks Cincinnati emphatically. What are
Hmm.
you thinking?
This this is probably gonna be a banger, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna select Utah just for the sake of Big 12 chaos.
I think Utah because it's a home game and a ranked game, and I feel like they play up to their competition. If Cincy
Hmm.
was still flying under the radar, I'd maybe pick them, but I'm gonna go with Utah. USC at Nebraska. Josh picks USC. What do you think?
USC. Nebraska showed us who they were last week.
Yeah, I'm going USC too, and I'm not gonna overthink it. Like
Yeah,
unserious football team, Nebraska.
correct.
But anyway, that was the episode for this week. We will catch you guys next Sunday, and thanks for listening.